Hello, everyone, and welcome to Enchanted Chatter. I'm Courtney.
I'm Bri.
We are thrilled to be live tonight. I have had an insane evening. I feel like I haven't stopped talking about Lorcana since I got off work because I basically haven't.
You haven't. It's been a all day Lorcana.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough. Luke, Wonder, and the dogs are going to scream. Hold on, let me close.
All right. I am sending the images from this weekend that I have on my phone that Sweet Fairy Tank took with us.
Yes.
And I am attempting to send them over to you so you can post them in the thing. Because I just realized I had not sent them to you yet.
I have them as well.
Okay, good. I was like, I make sure we have these to make sure we can post them in our photos of things.
Yes. So sorry, before I was so rudely interrupted by Watson, I was talking about my evening. So right before our show, I was lucky enough to be invited on to cast for the ICL. Well, hello, Stella, sweet girl.
You're being a good. She heard her friends. She says, "Oh,
like,
that's my best friend."
Quiet puppy, unlike my puppies. And so I casted on the pre-show, and then casted the first match. Got off, took care of the dogs because Cameron is out of town, and then I was like, "Hey, it's almost 8:00. I have not eaten dinner. I should do that, or I'm going to get yelled at by Cameron."
Yeah, that's also kind of partially why I'm glad I didn't go over there because I haven't eaten. I'm like, oh, he's gonna yell at me.
So I made myself a grilled cheese and inhaled it right before we went live, and luckily
it was delicious.
It was amazing. Pro tip: if you ever go to the store and get garlic butter, really good on a grilled cheese.
HEB has like the best garlic butter too, and I have some in the fridge. And if I had bread, I would totally go make a grilled cheese after this. But I didn't want to go to the store today, so here we are.
If you didn't move 8 million miles away, I want to be clear. She doesn't live 8 million miles away. She only lives like 30 minutes from my house, but it's so far away.
It's basically a million miles away. When you have to go down 35, anyone in DFW knows that's basically a million miles.
Yes. So casting was very fun.
We also did a little casting this weekend.
We did. I don't know if I'd qualify that as a little. I think we did a lot of casting this weekend.
I mean, from like, what was it, like 10 a.m. till midnight?
Midnight, yeah. That you are spot on.
She's making it known also that she's mad at us for not giving her enough attention.
Yeah, that's exactly
down there
right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, into my lap.
This is now the Stella and Courtney show, not the Bri and Courtney show, in case anyone was wondering. So yes, we had a blast this weekend at the Diet Coke Invitational. Funnily enough, though, I was going to have us, before we dive into the Diet Coke Invitational, purely because I have it queued up, I want to talk about Glimmer Games. So Glimmer Games, another awesome community event.
Ma'am. I created a pillow barrier between her and the computer, and she's determined to knock it over.
Yes. So another amazing community-driven event out in California. I laughed because Liam also made the joke of like, I don't understand California. It's really big. And I agree. It's really big. It was somewhere in California.
Southern California?
I think it was Northern California.
Northern? Oh, yeah, because we always think she's in Southern.
I always think
she's like, no.
Southern, but it was actually Northern.
Northern.
So that's the only reason I remember. But we were lucky enough to sponsor the prize for both the Disney Bounding and the cosplay events. And Enchanted Kim was kind enough to send over some photos. So I would love to share some of them because these outfits and costumes are amazing. So first and foremost, Enchanted Kim, No notes. Outfit is perfect and on point. We've got this awesome Tinkerbell costume as well in this photo. Also,
so
once
cute.
again, no notes.
Oh, those look so good.
Merida and Gaston. And then I think because I saw on social, I am fairly certain this is Disney bounding for the
Ariel? Elsa. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, the braid makes sense. Yeah.
Yes. And the Elsa from this set.
Oh, yeah. Lorcana Elsa and not
yes.
Story Elsa. See, I just immediately see purple and I would think, is that her makeshift seashell?
Which here, I mean, I could.
I love the Merida hair. Merida's hair is so iconic, and there's a lot of people that don't just want to do it because I feel like you have to be brave to wear the.
You do.
You have to be really brave.
You have to be brave to wear the wig. And once again, I also love Merida. Merida is one of my favorite princesses. I was Merida for one of my races down at Disney. I was not brave enough to do the wig because I could not imagine running in a wig.
See, my fear is if I did a Merida wig, would my Irish skin tone and freckles make it to a point where I would end up frying my hair and going bright red because I would love it.
Okay, so here I feel like the Elsa outfit needs like
reference
because it is on point. Like
it is that once you pull it up with it, it's spot on.
It's spot on. So I felt like the card reference needed to be pulled out. So Merida again, also noting someone's got
Disney
Rapunzel shoes, which I also have, and I love. They're amazing. They're so comfy. I was wearing them yesterday to League. And then Gaston
with the eggs. I love it.
Spot on. This costume's brilliant. No notes.
The eggs make it for me.
So a Dole Whip.
I love that so much. That's such a cute idea. I love that.
And then the full Elsa outfit, which is wonderful. So once again, big shout out and thank you to Enchanted Kim for sharing these photos because I love them. You also can, if you go back on either JDZ's channel or on Twitch or Rebecca's on YouTube, you can go back and watch the event over again. And they streamed both of the competitions. So I think that's awesome that not only did the stream give all the Lorcana players moments to shine, but the community was given moments to shine in other ways, which I really like. I think this weekend we were really lucky to have super amazing community-driven events, while both very hyper competitive, were also really like a positive space for the community as a whole.
Yes.
So Wild Decks won the Glimmer games. So I'm not sure if anyone took a list at what the deck list looked like. I sadly did not have time to put it into our pretty format. I will post a nice pretty graphic probably tomorrow on our Instagram with some of the big decks from both the Glimmer games and the Diet Coke Invitational. But a burn Amethyst Steel list won.
I need it.
Won the CCQ.
I need it.
I tested it out a little this week. I really
also, side note, I want Fairy Ting's list. Her list looks so much fun when we had her on stream.
Yes. So here, let me share my screen again. It's always so nice to tell me that, like, hey, you're really going to share your screen. Do you really want to do that? And I'm always like, yeah, I really do. But I also don't click the warning off.
Buttons. Like, okay.
The one time I turn the warning off, I'm going to accidentally share something that I didn't mean to.
Yes, please send the link.
All right. So here's our list. This is honestly exactly what you think it's going to be is what it is.
Yeah.
So you're running for Gathering Knowledge. You're running the Amethyst Chromacon. You've got Zootopia early on in the game. A lot of card draw, a lot of instant lore. Truly just, I mean, you're inking to maybe, depending on your matchup, you're inking to 3 and then letting your opponent, I think like any of the Sapphire matchups, you're just waiting for them to ink for you.
Yeah.
To get to Hades.
Which is fair right now.
Pardon?
Which is super fair right now, especially with the rise of Sapphire.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like this list, definitely a great sleeper pick for set champs. I think you easily can go and make it to top 8. I will say this, if you do not get a good hand and do not get your docks to refill your hand or a Chromacon to refill your hand, it's a struggle because most like you're going to struggle clearing your opponent's board if they manage to get out some heavy hitters. So a great list, but definitely I think they had the perfect probably matchups that also led to this victory with this list.
Yeah, and I feel like it's close enough to the generic Amethyst Steel that maybe they were waiting for more and it just sweeps underneath them so fast. Like, oh wait, where's the rest of the deck?
Right, 100%. So a little bit of like if you missed like you basically surprise them into the win in a way.
Yeah.
But definitely I like mad props to this player because going in, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they went 11-2-0 with this list, which is so impressive.
11-0?
11-2-0.
Oh, I was like, okay, still 11-2-0 is still the same response, actually.
Right. So just like, I love this. Just cracks me up. The spiciness level, according to Inkdex, 73%.
Love it.
It's
I want to know what gauges that.
I always am curious how they like how they gauge that, but it is usually spot on. This cracks me up. Rage bait gargoyles. I am just curious as to what this looks like. So this was one of the top 8. Oh, I played this at League yesterday.
That's what we'll
calling this exactly rage bait is real accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I got my bootay kicked playing against this.
Yeah, this looks very similar, if not the list
that played it at League. This man.
What? No one's surprised.
I know. So
it's good. It's a little out there. Randall's gonna have it. He probably started playing it last week and then it won.
Exactly.
That's just on track for Randall.
And then in the top 4, we also had a purple steel, an amethyst steel list. I can speak today. And we had 2 sapphire emerald decks that made up top 4 for the Glimmer games.
I say ew, not because the deck is bad. It's just I got Ink Geysered 3 times in one game. That's enough to make me go, Max, stop it. I told him the card was banned. He didn't listen though.
Oh, that's rude.
I was like, that card's banned. You're not allowed to play it anymore, and you're also not allowed to shift Clarabelle immediately. I have to have an answer to remove the little Clarabelle, so you can't shift her.
So it was very funny.
If you don't have the answer, then you can't play her.
When I was playing against the quote unquote rage bait deck, they played something that I wasn't able to then play Under the Sea because I was playing dogs last night, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Sometimes
no.
that's the answer. The answer is no, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I say no.
Yep. No, because I hate it.
Mm-hmm. And that's just the answer.
Get out of here.
If you ever play against me in a DLC or a competitive event,
you're going to get the same energy from me.
Yeah.
No matter what the event is.
Mm-hmm, you will get the same energy from me. I will be like, that's not nice. That's rude.
Yep. Yep. Literally the one where I was like, you're not allowed to do that. No. Actually denied. That was whenever we had people all crowded around us, and both of us have anxiety about people watching us play.
So we also had at the Glimmer Games, so there was the CCQ, which was core constructed, and then there was an Infinity event, which was a 5K that had, I think, roughly, there we go, there's a number, 68 players. So a little just under, there were 68 decks submitted, but it looks like 77 players. So we're just missing a few deck lists. Steel Song, took it. I know you're so excited, Bri. Please curb your enthusiasm.
I hate it.
Oh, and this is straight just like Steel Song beauty. I will share my screen with the list. Adding in Angel. Okay, so we're Aurora, Cindy's.
Okay, the only thing I approve of is Rapunzel because she still has my heart. That's the only card in Amber Steel that is allowed.
I mean, this list looks great. I am interested to see what they paired into because I always picking the Queen package versus like Robin Hood or some of the other like packages that you can kind of shift into the Queen and the Queen spot is always interesting to me. It's such an interesting choice because I think it really does truly, like, your matchups are what makes that spot good or bad. And it really is like just a chance call before an event.
See, that's why I might just be sticking with my Amethyst Steel even in Infinity just so I can play Giant Tinkerbells, but that's just because I love shifting Tinkerbell.
I do love.
I'm completely biased. Like, the card could be terrible in the format, but I'm like, oh, I get to shift Tinkerbell? Like, ooh. But I'm
intrigued. The second place list was Zoom Zoom, and it is an amber.
Zoom Zoom was my favorite colors.
This is the U list.
Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure I played that exact list almost, except for the Christopher Robin. That pretty much is.
I was like, Christopher Robin, Pocahontas, and Zootopia feel like the only cards that you did not play.
Yeah, and that's just because those just came out. That honestly, that's probably going to end up being my Infinity list. At least an Infinity backup list. At the very least. It's going to be in the. It's gonna be on the table of potential decks that you might see me playing, depending on my mood.
Depending on your mood. Yeah, this looks very fun. I'm really intrigued. I love seeing that they had an Infinity event. We obviously have a few more core constructed events before we get to the Infinity DLC, and then we switch back to core constructed after it for last chance qualifier. So it will be interesting to see like what does that look like for local events? What does it look like for leagues? What will, like, how will, like, us as a community kind of prepare for that Infinity event versus core constructed, because obviously right now leagues have been core constructed, but will we see more leagues being Infinity format?
Yeah, I like how the Card Haven does it. So they alternate weeks. So like one week it's Infinity, and then the next week is Core, and they alternate like that. Especially, and then whenever it gets closer to the DLC, they'll just completely shift to whatever format is going to be for the event.
Yeah, and I think that that's probably going to be a pretty much what we see leading up. I think if you talk to your local stores, I think it's always good to just have open dialogue, because they may not be as close to what is happening in the competitive circuit. So it's always good to just vocalize that. If you want to play Infinity at your league, you might as well just ask. Like, sometimes it's as simple as that. And I know that sounds silly to like say that, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that like don't think they can, and you absolutely can. Like, talk to
the majority of the time the stores are not going to care. If the majority of people at the league are going to like, yeah, we would also like to do this, because I'm sure you're not going to be the only one that's going to be like, hey, you know what, the indie is coming up and I really want to practice Infinity. You're not going to be the only one that's going to want to do that.
Absolutely.
So they
oh, this is fun. I really want themed nights. Rebecca from Rebecca Quest talks about how their league does, like, I think it's every other week they do a theme of some sort and have like basically a quest that you have to complete with your deck, like, and styling it based upon like whatever the set requirements are. And I think that's so much fun. It's really fun to play competitively, core constructed, or Infinity, but I also think some of those like themed like play sets, so Porkana, movie themes or other like requirements, it's a great way to engage the community and just like engage your brain in a different way and look at cards that maybe you've never played before and realize like, oh, hey, maybe this will work in a deck. So I think it's really fun to see some of those events.
Yeah, we used to do stuff like that for a league, but the league has kind of died off, and the shop got new owners and stories, and so they kind of stopped doing it. But they would go through and they would set like goals, like, okay, have 20 ink, and you could get additional league points for it.
Yeah.
And then your league points would set you up for different prizes and things at the end of each set. And they broke it up like that. And it was a lot of fun, because it was like, okay, you have your deck, like your core constructed main deck, and then you have your deck for a league to maximize on your points for the week.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It was always the most fun.
Yeah, I love those like different missions within League. I think that's always fun. That's kind of like, it's on my other computer, so I can't share it on here. We get League points for wearing Disney gear on Tuesday nights to the league that we play on Tuesday. And my outfit was really cute yesterday. I had a cool Ariel shirt on. I had a Disney princess skirt on, and then my Rapunzel running shoes. And I was very excited to be all Disneyed out. And it was even funnier because there was a release event for another TCG at the store we play at. So the store was packed, with what I would describe a bunch of smelly boys. Oh,
I put you on.
You put me on.
There. Yeah. There we go. She looked very cute.
I did.
I need the shirt.
I know. I have to make it. I have to get it for multiple people.
I need it.
But it was very funny because I walked in all cute and Disney-fied, and a bunch of smelly boys were in the store, and they were looking at me like I had 20 heads.
Oh, my favorites, because like I've shown up to that store in like full-blown costume.
Yes. You get extra bonus,
especially if I'm like not doing anything that day. I'm like, I could totally do some face paint and go like all out for a costume for tonight. Why not? And then like I go in like dressed up like Mickey Mouse with like whiskers and glitter and ears and all the things, and I'm walking by all the Magic players. They're like, she's here for Disney.
Yeah. so confused by our existence.
And then you have like the few Magic players that are there like every week. They're like, man, yep, that's the Disney people.
Normal.
That's their table. This is Tuesday. That's here.
So should we shift gears and talk about the Diet Coke Invitational, Chapter 3?
I may or may not have been drinking Diet Coke solely so we could.
We're doing our part.
Yeah. I'm doing my part.
We had so much fun. I cannot talk highly enough about the event and our community. Like, I truly feel like the Dallas-Fort Worth area is so great for coming together for this event. We also had some members from outside of the community. We had some Arkansas friends come in. We had, I think, some people from Louisiana, some people from Southern Texas,
people from a lot of places all over, on top of just like our locals.
If flights and getting through TSA weren't so crazy, we would have some East Coast people. So hopefully TSA gets their junk together by the next Diet Coke Invitational, so more of our friends can come out and experience the Diet Coke Invitational. So this was the third one. So the way that the organizers of the event have been doing it, they do it every other set release. So the last one was in September. This one was obviously this past weekend. We had 89 people, 83 people.
83. There we go.
83 people. And everyone was wonderful. I did not hear any issues with people being grumpy. I say grumpy. People being mean and nasty to other players. There was none of that. So
I also think that's like that's Kirby and Jonathan too. They're pretty good about like, nope, and this is positive and setting the tone for the event. And
yeah, I will say sometimes people ask, like, because it's called an invitational, what does that mean? And how do we get an invite? So the reality is that everybody is invited unless you've done something to get uninvited.
Yeah, it's basically as long as you're not uninvited, you can go.
And uninvited
takes a lot.
Yes, it would take a lot. It's a very small list that's uninvited.
Yes. Which is very like everyone that plays Lorcana, if they saw the list, would be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But I was super happy. We have a friend, Chelsea, who's been on the show. She got featured on the stream. She lost her stream match, but had an amazing run. So it was 7 rounds. She went 5-2, and ended up in 13th place.
Queen Pink also got to be on stream.
Yes.
We're excited. We had the girly pop. It was girl on girl with the girlies commentating. It was perfect for Enchanted Chatter.
And we had a local team, Bippity Boppity Baddies, which the name is great. It's so funny. And then they came to the event, so it was great to see a lot of female representation in the crowd. The more the merrier is always what I like to say. My parents were actually in town this weekend visiting me.
They got to come into the booth.
They got to see us cast and just walk around the event. They had never been to a TCG tournament, so they were really interested. They kept asking me questions. They were asking me about how the game was played. So it was really cool. I come from very much like a sports family. We played sports growing up. I was not really a card player growing up. Obviously played some board games, but your typical like Monopoly, checkers. So it was really fun to get to show them that. People were very sweet and said nice things about me to my parents, which was also really nice. Oh,
Papa Gary in the chat.
In the chat. I love it.
Oh my heavens.
So it was really fun to get to share that event because I think it's just a cool community outpour of how great, one, like what we put out into the community and everything that our community gives back. So Kirby and Jonathan, I mean, it is truly only a 12 pack of Diet Coke, and then they cover the cost all of the pack per win, all of the prizing that doesn't get donated. They go out and make sure that that prizing is fabulous. Jonathan went all the way to Disney World. I mean,
He did.
he did. He went all the way to Disney World.
Just to try to get that playmat that I sadly did not win.
But our friends won. So
our friends won. I got to hold it.
I was literally like, I want to be sad that I didn't.
She's who really won it.
I was like, I want to be sad that I didn't win this, but I can't because I'm excited they won it. And I was like, that's the worst. Your friend won the aerial. That is awesome. So there was an iconic aerial on the prize wheel, and it was super cool that was an opportunity, which I just looked, and aerial is like $900 on TCG Player.
I made a deal with Randall. I was like, if I win the iconic aerial and you win the playmat, can I just trade you the iconic aerial? And he's like, I'll give you everything else if you give me that.
He was like, yeah. So some of the lists were also a little wild. We featured a couple of the crazy ones on stream. We
featured a lot of Ruby Amber, which
I love this list. So
very fun. I like how we had like a couple different versions of it. At least it wasn't the exact same version each time we did it, but Trevor, of course, we had talked about him quite a bit from winning the HBMO the weekend before, and so then him doing well again the same weekend, we're like, and this is who it is. And also people were asking to see Trevor on stream, so
yes,
give people what they want.
So we had Steel Song take the tournament, and then top 4 was an Amber, Amethyst, and then a Sapphire, a Blurple, so Sapphire, Amethyst, and then rounding up top 4 was a Ruby Amber list. And then really just wide open playing field. So we had some dogs in here. We had more Blurple, another Steel Song, an ally deck in top 8.
It was wild.
Wait, I love this. It was such a burden to go to Disney to get that stuff.
Thank you for doing that
Thank
for
you.
The community, Jonathan. It was just for everyone else.
Yes. And also, I also feel like I should call out. I really wanted that playmat.
I really wanted it.
And someone else was supposed to be getting me a playmat, but ended up not being able to get any because they sold out before. And then Jonathan, like somebody was like, well, you can have Jonathan's extra. And I was like, I cannot, because that has to go to Diet Coke Invitational.
Listen, I'm just saying,
right.
I did.
And I want to say, I sacrificed so everybody else could have a playmat on the play wheel.
That's fair. See, I will say, though, that whenever Melissa let us know that they had been restocked and it was posted online, I did try calling Cameron at like what was probably midnight Florida time to get him to go and purchase it right there.
That is true. And I wasn't able to make it to the store when they restocked, but it's okay. Maybe for the Toy Story.
Cameron, go. She really wants it. If it's still there tomorrow. I was like, it's not going to be there.
It's not going to be there. And it wasn't. So here is the Amber Ruby list. We talked a lot about this list on stream. And I think this is a really fun list to bring to a set champs. There's a lot that would surprise people. The Sarabi
Sarabi puts in work.
She is the queen.
If you're playing against this deck and you see Sarabi hit the board,
you need to get rid of it as quickly as possible. So for those of you that don't know what Sarabi does, let me pull her up here.
You can exert her to give a chosen character -4 strength until the start of your next turn.
So this card is great paired with any of your really good removal in this deck. So it's great paired with Sisu. It's great paired with Headless Horseman. It's great paired with just about everything.
Yeah.
It's great just paired into a character that's buffed, and now you can swing in and not take any damage back or take 1 damage back. It just
Speaking of
really
taking damage, you want to take damage? You can buff up your Scrooge to 1,000,000 for 1 every turn, and then Ohana and draw that 1,000,000 cards. So
I'm
you know,
pretty sure we saw that Scrooge buffed up to like an 8/8 or a 10/10 at some point.
oh yeah, it was whenever he was playing against Amethyst Amber, and it was in the top 8 whenever he knew that they were not running the what's the card right now? I'm blanking. The World's Greatest Criminal Mind.
Yes.
He knew that card was not in the list, so there was really no reason to not buff it if you have the ink available at the end of your turn. And so he just kept buffing it, and it just kept it stuck around, and it had a thick stack underneath it.
Yeah.
To a point where on stream we couldn't even see the amount of cards underneath it anymore. We're like, it's big.
It's big. The other thing that is important to call out, I think it was a mistake. I don't know if Trevor made it, but another player.
It was not Trevor. It was the first round.
Yeah. So just to call out, World's Greatest Criminal Mind is
not a May ability.
It is not a May ability. And so you may try to sing it to target nothing with your aerial to draw a card. But you need to be careful of what is on your board. Because it is not a May ability. So if you have a character that has...
Such as Scrooge.
Yes, such as Scrooge that has 5 strength, you will end up having to banish your own character. So just something to think through and call out so that
it's not May and it does not say opposing. It is just chosen character.
Yeah. And so I think that's something to note in this build. Obviously, I think those are one of those mistakes that
that's one of those things where it's like I probably have done it too, where it's like you didn't realize it and you're like, oh wait, no.
Yeah, very easy mistake.
Very easy. Anyone can make that mistake. And it's one of those things where once you make that mistake, you're probably never going to make it ever again.
100%.
But it happens. It was the first round of the day. I always say the first round doesn't count.
Oh, absolutely. And then we can take a second to look at Hail to Bambi, which I love the question mark.
For the one of Bambi that he has on his list.
Yes. So great list here. Very similar to the list that Sky ran and was able to win with. So, just really strong. And we talked a lot, Liam and I think even, I don't know, did we cast any Steel Song matchups together?
I know I did. I don't remember if the day is a blur.
Yeah, I don't believe we did.
I don't think me and you did together. I think I did it pretty much with Liam because I know I casted for one of Tony's previous matches before we got into the top cut, and I know we did obviously we all did finals together where Tony was in, but
it's just so powerful to be able to do so much with so little resource, like cheating out characters so easily with this deck is just, it really is almost unbeatable if you get the perfect play line. Because when you have
Steel Song doing the Steel Song things where it does what it needs to do with as little as possible and benefiting off of it with what they do have out.
Absolutely.
Max. Chief, the Chief is strong in this matchup.
The Chief is really strong, and it's so interesting. When I first read the Chief card, I saw Bodyguard 5/5, but this character can't challenge. So you're thinking initially, this card's not that good. Like, I can't challenge
Like, it's fine, but like I'd rather have something I can also challenge with.
Right. But then when you think about it, I don't
This
want
deck doesn't do a lot of challenging. This deck is gonna sing to
absolutely.
It kind of fits perfect. He can still sing. He's got a wonderful voice.
He does.
And that's all that matters in this list is can it sing?
So really strong list. The Bambi is a one of, can help with some draw.
Also saw it hit the inkwell quite a bit.
Quite a bit, yeah.
So.
And then just some fun lists that we saw. I'm trying to see if I can pull up some of like the more fun lists. This is hilarious. I don't like dogs.
Oh my gosh. Lucas, such a gem. Very fun. Definitely just like I'm going to burn, go fast, and then I'm just going to gain lore from these cards without actually having to play a character. And you can't stop me.
And hold on one second. Bri, talk a little bit more about this deck list. I have dogs scratching at my door, so I'm going to let them in.
Okay. Lucas, we had on stream. This was, he is, I want to say he's about 14, 15, somewhere around there. Very sweet kid. He also got top 8 or top 4, I believe, the weekend before at Charlie's in the kids tournament. That was my face really big. Sorry. Jump scare.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I was trying to add myself back onto the stream and then hit hide on the deck list instead of show me. So
yeah, and they got a zoom in of my thinking face of my staring at Stella, inching closer to the computer and giving her the mom look of don't knock it over. But yeah, he did really well the weekend before, and then he did this well. And he actually, like, when I was talking to him, I was like, hey, I was like, you're doing really well. I was like, do you want to be on stream? He's like, yeah, like, I love being on stream. And he's like, I love people watching me play. Like, he's the opposite of anxiety of people watching him play. He does better the more people watch him.
Yeah. And I think, like, just calling out that we also had some really talented kids playing. And I mean, I love that it's a safe environment for kids to play at these types of events that are really competitive, and they can feel like they're challenged, but also feel like they don't have to be worried about their opponents being mean or anything. So it's really cool to have that space. That's actually a really good call out. So for the stream setup, and let's see. So for the stream setup, I don't think I can remotely zoom out on my own camera. Typically,
but it's like
you
above.
Have
they had it up on the ceiling even, so it was like so high up you couldn't, like, you forgot it was there.
You have a bar that's like directly over you with the camera, so it's like a foot above your head, essentially, versus the way the stream set up for this event is it was actually on the ceiling and it had super zoom. It was a camera that had super zoom. So
crazy good cameras.
It made it really easy for you to forget that you were on stream and just ignore it and pretend like you were just at any normal table and there was nothing to worry about. Nothing was happening. You were just playing Lorcana.
Yeah. It's just a normal lore counter.
Yeah.
Right here.
Just on your phone.
Yeah, it's just a digital lore counter and you're good. You're just chilling.
Which I think is, I know we've talked about this with like the women's Lorcana, like the ladies Lorcana championship that CCS has, and how events like this are just so important to help foster women and even like younger players or newer players into the game and allow them to play and not be nervous in a larger scale setting. And that is awesome because, well, you're comfortable at this event. Now maybe you gain the confidence to do a little bit more of a competitive event. And then that snowballs and you feel like you can take on a DLC. So I love that we are able to present that opportunity with an event like the DCI.
Yeah. Kirby and Jonathan really do just like such a fantastic job of running the event. I think we like can't stress that enough also, because like while the event itself is amazing and those things, it's possible because of people like Jonathan and Kirby, and we love them very much, and they do so much for everyone around them.
Absolutely.
Like they're just very giving and loving people, and they just like to share that love with everyone that they possibly can. And we love them very much, and thank you very much for letting us be a part of the DCI and for doing this for the community, because we love you.
Yes, I tried to shout them out multiple times throughout our stream.
I can't tell Kirby enough how much I love her.
Yes.
And Jonathan.
Yes. No notes. I have nothing else to add. They're just wonderful humans and wonderful for the community. What other lists should we pop up? This is a fun, spicy list for set champs. I like it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of that's one of my like. If I just want to play and have fun, I'm gonna play this one. Oh yeah, let's show Fairy Ting's list because she was on stream, and her list looked super fun. Personally.
Yes, I am.
I was like, ooh, I want to play that. I want the cards. I like to play fun decks.
I'm on the wrong screen. Here we go.
Oh. How excited we were whenever we were like, what would be a fun matchup to put on stream for this round? We were like, what would be a fun one? And we were just looking at the list and we're like, oh, me and Liam were both like, oh, this one's gonna be so much fun. And then like he came running out like right before we went live. He's like, it's Fairy Ting. And we were like, no way, because we were like super excited. We were just like, oh, this just looked like it would be fun, like to talk about and like to watch. And he was like, and we all know this person. And we were like all super excited. We're like, oh, that's so funny. We didn't even look at whose the list was. We were just looking at the list because the lists are on a separate screen. We were just looking at the column that had the colors, and we're like, ooh, this would be fun. And
yes, like, and I am
the most excited. He was like, guys,
just trying to find.
She's getting set up right now. We're like,
find the list.
Liam's so sweet. He's everyone's biggest cheerleader. There you go. She's posted the link in the chat also.
Oh, beautiful. That's what I needed in my life. Okay. Here we go. Let's show some photos because I need a visual.
I need visuals also. That's why I loved it. I was like, Ruby.
Yes. This was lots of fun.
Gimme.
Isis is also great in this list.
Sven, Tigger, no notes.
Yeah. This is a very fun list. I love this.
I love Ruby Amethyst. So I was biased because I was like, I love it. Give it to me.
And then there was also you played into a Pocahontas list. Like it was a themed list. And I also love that because not only was it themed,
it was themed to her outfit as well.
Yes.
Which is peak girly pop.
Yes.
And which is also why it was perfect. But I was like, I'm biased. I was like, Ruby Amethyst. Yes, let it rise. Rise from the ashes.
And I was for the ICL tonight, I was casting and there was a Ruby Amethyst it was not Ruby Amethyst. I thought it was going to be, and then it was my arch nemesis.
Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah, Ruby Sapphire.
Ruby Sapphire. That can stay down for a while.
I saw one item and I was like, nope.
Items can stay gone. That
I don't like those. Those need to go.
Item list.
I had Daisy laughing actually at my like, don't like that. No, but she should know how my hatred, because he saw my crazy Steel Song build purely to counter.
It's the most anti-Ruby Sapphire list that there could possibly be.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find the Pocahontas list.
Super fun. I love Ruby Amethyst, and I want it to come back in the best way.
Oh my god!
Even though I'm pretty sure I was the only one that was in that boat, Liam, and you were both like, "It's fine. Let it rest." I was like, "No, bring it back."
This is the list.
Bring it right back. Oh yeah, that one also looked super fun. I love the heavy Pocahontas theme.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like really good synergy in this deck. I feel like this could be a very viable, strong deck with maybe like 1 or 2 tweaks or maybe 1 or 2 new cards come next set.
Yeah, for sure. It's in there. Pocahontas.
Oh, that's so sad. The genies with the compass.
Oh no.
No.
That's the downside of the compass.
Yes, that is.
Because if the genie was out, that changes the game.
Changes the game. Well, what else do we have to talk about with oh, I know what we have to talk about. After staying up till midnight on Saturday, we were still able to wake up in time.
Oh yeah.
And be human. And I say we were still able to wake up in time. Bri, are you thankful somebody might have been paying attention?
Yep. I 5 sure slept through my reminders. But so luckily my friends take care of me.
LCQ. We will both be competing. So I'm very excited for that. We are both planning to put in a lot of prep for that event. So hopefully you will see us making some major success that day. I also think we'll probably do a lot leading up, kind of like mapping out what we're doing to get ready for the LCQ. We're also, it's Mom's weekend off, that's for sure. So we might have splurged a little and got ourselves a room at the Disneyland Hotel to split.
Which Grandma DeRose with her D23 packages is attempting to help us get cooler stuff too.
I love that. So I'm very excited for that because I think it's going to be a really great event. We were lucky enough to go to the last chance qualifier. I say it is now last year.
Yeah, it is last year.
But it is. I was like, I want to think that it was way longer ago than it was. It was really just last year in January. So I am super excited. I'm really excited. I know I put in a lot of work before Richmond. I did really poorly in Richmond because of my own bad choices.
Don't switch decks at midnight the night before.
Yeah, don't.
Just unless you're me, apparently. It's too high of it's like a 50-50 chance if it could go well or if it could not. And just don't do it.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. I'm hopeful also to be able to snag DLC tickets for the DLC in Indy. Those we have a couple more weeks to wait on though, which messes with my brain a bit because I'm like, my brain says I want to focus on LCQ, but I'm like, wait, there are a bunch of events before that. But tickets went on sale before. So I'm really excited to get to go. And hopefully I feel like the ticket process for the LCQ felt good. The queue, I know a lot of people really felt like the queue was a nice feature. I also agreed. I also was really thankful that I watched Missy Enchanted's video about her experience with the VIP stuff, because of that was actually how I was able to get Bri's ticket. So you were able to like get a ticket for anyone that you were friends with. So like on your Fanfinity account. So that made the process so simple to make sure that basically like the whole party got a ticket versus like with Eventbrite, it was like you got a ticket and then maybe you hoped that your friend on their account got a ticket, but because you could only buy one ticket on your account, it was rough. So I would love for this to continue to be how we get tickets. I think it was very successful how it was managed. I liked like queuing, I think is something that I don't know about for other like TCGs, but if you are a Disney person, you're very used to getting in queues to sign up for things. So for like Run Disney, they do a queue for like a lot of the Disney events. You get put into a queue to then go into the website. So I think that that's something that is nice, and I really have no complaints about how it was handled.
I was say just like Very Dink just commented, I haven't seen any negative posts about the people's experiences, unlike in all of the previous events.
Well, and it's been super funny because I've seen like people from Europe and like the European community be like, "What are you guys talking about? Like, you like this isn't how it was done before." And I'm like, no, we just like to suffer different here in America.
Yeah, we're behind, but we got there eventually.
Yeah. Well, I know
on track for the States.
I had a long day. Bri, you also had a long day. We are just a little shy of our hour. So I think we'll call it there. We went over everything we wanted to.
We did.
And hopefully next week, maybe we'll have a guest on with us.
Yeah. Have someone who knows.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk to everybody later. Have a good week.
Bye. Bye.